Hey, this your boy Joe Henry Byrd Jr. here at the Hands House with Jay. Welcome back on this good Sunday.
It's good. Hey, on this good goddamn Sunday,
on this good goddamn Sunday.
Sundays is for Hands House, dog.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Going. I've been up all night, I'm flowing. I'm smoking all this weed, I'm blowing. I can go all night, I'm going. I've been up all night.
Hey, what's going on, y'all boys? It's your boy Jay Hen, and once again, we locked in, coming live from your motherfucking grandma couch. My boy already said this motherfucker comfortable. This ain't even the original grandma couch though. Yeah, like what's your thing, bro?
Oh yeah, this a comfortable couch.
Immediately make you want to come back to the Hands House. It's the couch.
Immediately.
It's the couch, bro. Yeah, for facts. Hey man, I got a special guest in here today with me, man. Dog, it's crazy because like as far as I can think back, when I'm doing my comedy and shit like that, car conversations, all that, this man always been in my comments, dog. Always, bro. Always tell, hey, bro, you gonna blow up. You gonna be a star. So I always thought that was dope, and I always appreciated the support. And at the same time, he had his own shit going on, so it's like a mutual thing, bro. So shit, I got my dog Joe Byrd in the motherfucking building with me today.
How to make the bird sound.
That's a fact, nigga. I got my dog Joe Beezy in this bitch with me, dog. But man, he doing so many things right now, and honestly, I'm gonna let him tell y'all what he does. But I'm gonna just get into how I know him a little bit, man. I know Joe from high school, bro. It's crazy because we was in the same classes, for the most part. Just like you was an Avid too, right?
Advancement via individual determination. Yes.
Look, I can't.
I barely remember that shit.
Yeah, shit, I don't remember what it was anyway. But you was in Avid with me at Jackson, dog, with the IDs babies and the Pearl babies and the. Didn't you go to Gilbert?
Gilbert?
What middle school you went to?
Oh, middle school. Northwestern.
Long
Branch.
Oh, you went to Long Branch.
Wait,
no, nigga, that's an elementary school. This nigga said Long Branch. Joe,
that was years ago.
And we not that old though, Joe. You acting like nigga. You know what middle school? You went to Gilbert, right? Matthew Gilbert.
I didn't go to no damn. I know I didn't go to no Gilbert.
What? How the hell you see?
What middle school did I go to? What the fuck? Northwestern.
You went to Northwestern?
Yeah.
I thought you was from the east side.
From the east side, bro. I'm not this hood.
I thought you was from the east side, bro.
102 West 21st Street. Is
Damn.
that the east side?
Okay, so how you end up at Jackson?
I wanted to go. I had to fight. I actually had to fight to be there.
At Jackson?
Yeah, like the first 2 years I was fine, but then I think with Miss Wright came in or something like that.
Oh yeah,
and she tried to send everybody back to the closest school. The closest school to where I'm at now is with Rains.
Yeah, I figured.
I was like, nah, hell, I ain't finna go to Rains. So I had to fight to stay at Jackson. I'm glad I did.
That's a dope ass story, bro. I ain't never know that. So what happened? Did she send a letter or call you or something? Is that what happened?
I don't know how she did it. I think she probably sent a letter or something like that to notify the parents or something like that. And I was like, no. So we had to go out there and meet her in person.
Really?
And be like, nah, I'm going to stay in at Jackson. And she said, no, you live so far away. I'm like, bro, it's not that far.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, they made a deal on that she come to the parent meeting conference. I can't remember stuff like that.
Yeah, PTA meetings and shit.
PTA meetings, and which she never did. And I stayed at Jackson.
Okay, that's crazy as hell, bro. So
the other option was A. Philip Randolph.
For what?
For I think they had a law enforcement program.
Okay. I thought was you in the law program, the criminal justice?
They had got rid of it at Jackson.
Oh, okay.
That was the issue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I know, Joe. I don't know. All this time I thought you went to Gilbert, cause you was so cool with everybody that went to Gilbert.
I wasn't aware.
Bro, I don't know, bro. You fit right in with them niggas. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah. It's not that you was like you was your own person. It's not like you was a hood baby, but you just fit right in. I thought you knew everybody. I guess not. Okay. So you from the north side of town, pretty much.
Yes.
Damn. Okay. So tell me about a little bit about you growing up and what made Joe Joe.
Growing up, man, I was definitely. Apparently, I was popular, but I didn't feel like I fucking was. Everybody knew me though.
Joe. Joe, I don't, dog. You funny, bro. You just Joe.
I know. I heard that I was funny and laid back and shit like the same
chilling.
as I am now. But
yeah,
back in the day, I used to start off with what really got me into the public space was probably the step team at Northwestern. I was the only dude on the team. Then when I joined, the other dudes joined. So everybody thought the shit was kind of
kind of gay. Yeah,
I'm like, no,
stepping,
you can step. If you step masculine, you step masculine.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. So you just said you was a damn pioneer at Northwestern for the goddamn for dudes as well on the step team.
We had the boys team and the girls team.
I slightly do remember you stepping, Joe. Sometimes,
like I stepped at Jacksonville.
Yes, I do. I do remember this. That's fire as hell. That's fire. So what got you into stepping? How you started doing that shit?
Honestly, I tried to do band in Northwestern, but I was trash.
You couldn't play no. You said, what you trying? You couldn't play no instrument or something?
I couldn't play nothing. They wanted me to play some shit, the big ass drum shit. On some of the big nigga. I'm like, nah, I ain't finna. Then they had me doing the little tip tap and shit. I'm like, nah. He was cussing people out. I'm like, that boy said I'm like, cause I was in ROTC.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting into another ROTC like shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm good.
Nigga, one band, one sound, nigga.
Yeah, nah, I ain't trying to do none of that.
Yeah.
So.
That's what's up though. So you, as a kid, you was a stepper. Nigga, what else was you into? Anime and shit like that. What was you into as a kid,
honestly, bro? I wouldn't have called it anime. It was like basic cartoons, American cartoons like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I wasn't into like actual manga type shit until like I was a fucking adult. So.
Yeah. I guess that was but like you talk about Pokemon shit and Yu-Gi-Oh. Nigga,
I remember when they sent the VCR tape in the mail.
My nigga. What, bro? These kids don't remember that shit, bro. I remember going to the movies to see Pokemon the first movie, and they gave you a little card, a holographic card, when you went in.
Hell no. Yeah, I never got one.
You ain't get one? We got one for going to see the movie, bro. That was I remember Mewtwo. I remember all that. That shit was crazy. Yeah. But eventually, that's crazy how that shit just phased out. Like, you grow up and you be like, Pokemon. But you know what I did? I actually went back and watched the first two seasons up to the Johto League on Netflix. They had it on Netflix.
Damn.
And yeah. So yeah, bro. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. For me, again, I was always in the Toonami, nigga. I'm Toonami. Was you a Disney Channel baby? No. You ain't fuck with Disney Channel?
Not as much. Nah, not really.
Really?
I'm a Cartoon Network nigga.
All through and through. No Nickelodeon, no Rugrats, no
Nickelodeon for it was something. Maybe like I can't remember the names now.
Oh, so you was Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I'm mostly Cartoon Network.
I feel like I'm different, bro, because I really was on some everything shit. I watched everything. I watched Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and Disney Channel, and I knew all the fucking shows. Yeah,
I think Disney was the least popular for me.
For you? I'm sorry. I fuck with Disney, but
it's too lighthearted. Yeah. Toonami gets dark.
Yeah.
XLR.
American Dad when they start playing that.
I love that South Park.
Come on, South all that type shit, bro. Yeah. So when you as we get older, bro, like you said, I went to college. I played football. What was your thing? Did you immediately jump? Because I know you did the security thing at first, right? You was doing the security thing, and we gonna talk about that because we just talked about that shit on camera. That was crazy. But so what did you do after high school? Because I graduated, went to college and shit like that. Played football. What was you doing
after high school? I definitely I took a break.
Okay.
Because I felt like there was a prison system, and now that I'm an adult, I can see that
it's
pretty
a prison. Yes.
Indoctrination system.
Yeah.
So now I took a break, and I was no, I ain't gonna.
But you was
Then I went to FSCJ.
Okay.
And I took up emergency management and administration, which is basically Homeland Security.
Okay.
So, and most of that course was online.
Yeah. Okay.
So I did all that online, and after I did that, for some reason, I started in Walmart.
Okay. What you was like the guy looking at the security cameras and shit?
No, I went straight to Walmart. While I was going in Walmart, I was going to school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was working on that while I was at Walmart.
But what was you doing at Walmart? What kind of security?
It wasn't security. That's what I'm telling you.
What was it? Oh, you just working in Walmart?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
shit.
was the meat department. I started off at the meat department.
Nigga in there with the meat. I know that shit was cold. Big pause.
It was cold as fuck.
I know it was. I know it was. So you doing so you putting yourself through school with that? Putting yourself. Yeah.
And for the most part, I also had that program. I can't remember what the program name is either, but it paid for the college part too.
Okay, that's fine.
You still want some bread or whatever till after I graduate.
So Homeland Security out of all these things.
Yes.
Why Homeland Security? Like, why shit like that? Why?
Honestly, you want to know the truth? Because it just sounded cool. But it taught me a lot about like how I take leadership now. Like the classes I took a long time ago is coming back to me as I'm an adult now.
Right.
Now I know how to get command presence. Now I know how to organize things real fast, start things real fast. And for the most part, it was about mitigating risk in life.
Yeah,
and that's what security is about.
You know, it's funny because even I do it. You know, I walk around kind of just comfortable sometimes, not checking my surroundings, not, you know what I'm saying? Because and I know for you taking these classes, like it really put you on. And I don't know if you were like this before, but it really put you on high alert. Like, oh shit, like I do need to be, because this is how the shit really go out here.
It's Jacksonville.
Yeah, it is Jacksonville. I mean, and I guess because for me, bro, I never really had to. Like I ain't never been in too many situations where it was just like, you know what I mean. Even growing up, so for me, I see Jacksonville one way, a lot differently from other people than other people do. So I walk around with this false sense of I don't know, security, I guess.
That's how most people. That's why it's hard to have a security business. Everybody think they can secure their damn self. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for the most part, when people try to hire security, it's more about the insurance and shit like that. So some people don't even get it until after something happens.
Right.
So it's a long sales process in order to own your own business. You might be waiting 3 or 6 months. You got to come back in 30 days.
Yeah. Yeah. So you chose security because it just sounded cool.
No, that's what I chose for the class.
Oh, okay.
The Homeland Security class.
Okay. Yeah.
Security in Walmart, it was this girl. I talked about her. Her name was Shaniqua, and she said,
"She dropping names.
Why don't you become a security officer? You get paid more and you big as hell."
Shout out Shaniqua. Shout out Shaniqua.
I was like, okay. Then I started thinking about it, and they dropped them little seeds in your head. And I'm like, hold up, now you get paid $12 an hour. You just be sitting down watching cameras. And shit.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. I started trying to get my license and all that stuff like that.
My boy said he started because she was like, "Well, you big, nigga is bigger than that."
The manager said it. The manager, his name was Aaron. I remember his name.
Yeah.
Bald head. He was actually young as fuck, but he was still. That's how on point he was. He made himself look older.
He made it so with the bald head.
Why don't you do security? You ain't gotta work at Walmart no more.
Yeah, facts.
I'm like, okay, since you don't want me here.
You niggas trying to push me on out the door, nigga. Yeah. But you know what's dope though? Even though you did the security thing, you could have just stayed just working under somebody. You decided to branch out and do your own thing, and I respect that like a motherfucker. Talk about like what went into that shit. Like what was the mindset behind going solo?
I actually enjoyed working at. It was actually a Walmart neighborhood market. I actually enjoyed working there.
Why so?
It was like a fan, cause it's smaller than a super center.
Yeah.
So you actually get to have like a connection with the people there.
And it's regulars, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know that. It's regulars and all that. And you gain a connection with people you don't mind. Even though back then it was $8.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of $10 now.
For facts. Goddamn inflation.
And then my dumb ass, I said, hey, I want to move closer to my crib.
Yeah.
Then I went to the Walmart Center on River City. Yeah, River City. And that was the biggest mistake in my life.
I know it was. I know it was, boy.
That's when I was like, hey, it's time to go.
I believe that either that or the Walmart Lim Turner is the one that got trashed.
Right.
That they didn't. Remember, they was 24 hours at one point, and after the teenagers did that, it was over. They shut that shit down. So why you said it was the biggest mistake? I can imagine why. But why you said
it was mostly because like the neighborhood market worked on my schedule, my school schedule.
Right.
But
right.
You know,
the bigger Walmart don't give a fuck.
They want your ass to stay there for the rest of your life.
He said for the rest of your life. You will die here, nigga.
And like the workload is more, but I didn't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
To me, it was simple. Cut the fucking meat.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was gonna apply to be a fucking meat manager and all that shit, but then I said, it ain't that serious. I'm gonna get the fuck out of
here. Yeah. So after you graduated your security class and what was it, the Homeland class?
Yeah.
Oh, so you graduated the Homeland class, and when did you start doing?
After that, it was still around about that same time, but that's when I first started doing security. Once I had the actual unarmed license, that's when I started doing it.
Oh, so you're doing unarmed.
I started off unarmed.
And then when did you graduate? To
about 2017.
What made you want to go to armed? The money?
Armed? It was supposed to be for the money, but in Jacksonville, it's trash. Like, you'll be better off. Cause now you going into these, because I'm big, they're going to send me on Moncrief and shit like that. Yeah. And still we're paying $10.
Yeah. See, and you what?
Exactly. You looking like what?
Nigga,
yes.
Bro, I would be on Indeed and see like jobs for like armed security guards.
I've done all that.
But they would say like $17, $19.
Yeah, you think it's hard to get into that shit. And I was just starting out, remember?
Yeah, so you got to work your way.
Starting out, you start off.
You making $10 an hour
as a flex officer. That's like the worst position you can get. They can call you at 4 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. and tell you to come to work.
Yeah, that's out of pocket, Joe.
It is, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I agree. I agree, because I can't say, hey, boy, I tell you, I worked at UPS. That was my very, very first job. UPS, $10 an hour, slanging boxes in 100+ degree trucks. So I mean, hell, we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So you was doing armed security, and I can imagine it was the pay that was like, nigga, I can do this shit on my own.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well just go ahead and do it yourself.
Yeah.
And yes, I did start off with gang rooms when it was legal.
So you started off with game rooms. What you did? Just went ahead and talk to the P folks. Like, how you got contracted with them?
I had to do. I wasn't that smart back then. So I had to go door to door. I wasn't smart. I didn't know nothing about no fucking Google and all this shit.
What you mean, nigga?
I know about Google. I didn't know how to make a Google profile and nothing like that. So
yeah.
I did it the hardcore way.
But that's fire though. It's hard work. I ain't gonna lie.
No, that's hard. You gotta take a lot of rejection, but
yeah. We need that, cuz. That's why these kids be fouling out now. You get rejected, and now you be ready to damn kill yourself. What?
No, you can't.
I jumped to the extreme. I jumped to the extreme. I'm sorry, but for real though, people can't take rejection for real, and it's like So that was fire that you did that.
Yeah.
So you going door to door? What's the matter of fact? Tell me what's the craziest shit you done seen in Walmart, bro? That's what I really want to know, because that's a fucking. But you worked in the meat department. It ain't like you worked in like the, out there with the folks. You was
just so many years ago. I can't really.
Damn.
There's some crazy shit that doesn't happen. Mostly with the fucking. I'm not gonna talk about the people that work there.
Oh God.
But there's a lot of people doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing. To each other. But other than that, I can't think. I can talk about this. See, if I knew all this shit back then, I would have sued their ass. But at the Walmart neighborhood market, it was a manager, or maybe she was an employee. I'm not sure.
Right.
But I was in the fucking break room or whatever, and then she showed me a picture of a naked picture of a fucking trans woman.
You could have.
Exactly. And she was like, "Hey, she got a big top and a bottom." I'm like, "I don't want to see that shit." Like,
that's crazy.
And that's why I'm like, that's I'm a little about. That's a 10K lawsuit.
That's a fact.
I'm like, what the fuck?
So
I'm up here trying to eat.
So that, bro, you went from working at Walmart to working at the security on Moncrief. That's arms.
I just use that in general.
Okay. Where were you?
Basically, hood areas in general. Washington Heights.
Nigga, that's.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's one. You know, you got Byrd Road and all that. Like,
I don't want to be. I got a quick story about that. About Byrd Road. Okay, so I ain't gonna lie. I like to tell a story to people because when I remember, and it's perfect because we was talking about not being aware of your surroundings, right? So, dumbass, I had to met somebody online. I'm going out to Byrd. I'm going out to this area. And for me, I went to Orlando for 4 years. I wasn't really that familiar with Jacksonville when I came back. So I was familiar with the Arlington area, but I wasn't familiar with how bad this area was. So I get into the area or whatever, and luckily my windows was tinted, and that's why I think I was safe. Because motherfucker ain't know what the fuck I had on me in there. Even though I didn't have shit, ain't never had shit. I need to get some. But even though I ain't had nothing on me, so met the girl, whoever it was, like, oh yeah, come see me. Boom. So I ride out there, waiting. Then they like come ride over to the store. So it's a corner store across from the apartments over there. So it's a corner store. So I guess they wanted me to go over there. I assume because it was light over there and maybe they can see in the car.
Right.
So I waited for, and something just told me to leave, and I left. So that was my little story. I really felt like I was getting set up to get robbed out that bitch. More than that's how I feel. But that's just
if you feel that way, it probably
was. The more and more I think about it, because I'm like, bro, this shit kind of fishy. Like, why what the fuck? Why you?
They got like 30 seconds for me. I'm out.
Exactly. But see, that's how I move now. Like, anyway, I don't move like that no more. I don't even. I'm cool. I'm cool on that on the hose. But like, I'm a little bit more aware now, a little bit, but most of the time, nah. So please, Joe, I need one of the craziest stories from one of them situations, Washington Heights, wherever the fuck you was, and with your armed security or just your unarmed security days.
Honestly, there was a lot of stuff. To be honest, the craziest.
Well, shit.
Basically, anybody that I try to kick out, like when I used to do hotels and stuff. Like that's some of the crazy. Oh, the paraplegic. That's it. What? That's it. It took me like 12 hours to get that lady out because she's paralyzed, and we try to call her for help and all that stuff. Shoot. And see, clients want you to kick them out, but at the same time, like they pretty much live there. Yeah. So it's basically their choice. We got to get them the shoes to leave. And we can't say, we can't.
You can't put nobody out.
Exactly.
You can't pick nobody and put. No. Damn.
So you got to use your fucking mind to
get people out.
Yeah.
That's too much, bro.
You got to get them enough notice. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff about it. Especially with the paraplegic, it took like 12 hours to get out. And the crazy part is she was selling drugs.
She was selling dope in a hotel?
Yes. I'm like, how?
A paraplegic lady?
Yes. I didn't understand. I know she had help, obviously, but it's still like, you paralyzed. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's when I learned that even though a person might have like a disability or whatever,
look, that shit don't matter.
They're not nice people. Just because they got that don't mean they're gonna be automatically better than other people. I'm like, no. He's blind and he's a douche. Yeah.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie. I done met some like they be mad and angry about that shit and feel like they be entitled. So motherfucker, they be mean to everybody and shit. So I done ran into that before too. So you ain't like when you trying to kick these people out. Did you get into a lot of fights with that shit, bro? Because I imagine you got into a lot of fights.
No,
because
I was big as hell. I was more muscular than I was.
Right.
Than I am now.
Right. So motherfuckers was like,
I just had to talk to him sometimes, what they call that shit? Jiu-jitsu, verbal jiu-jitsu or something.
Yeah, de-escalation. Basically de-escalation. Hell yeah.
Like other security agencies,
they ready to put pause on motherfuckers.
They ready to do that.
Yeah.
Like, ain't worth no lawsuit, bro.
And that's exactly what's gonna happen. De-escalation that's a skill, dog.
I don't think so.
That's wild.
I never got into a fight.
de-escalation is really a skill, bro. Like you really have to. But I can see that because you always just been a chill, calm ass nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Good point. Yeah. And plus, I was armed. Yeah, I was armed too. Shit.
Yeah,
I forgot that.
Hey, it helps that I'm big as hell, but I had
armed.
Yeah,
and, I had my mom. My mom was out there with me.
Yeah.
My dad, family members.
Yeah.
We had shit. I wasn't by myself.
So everybody was armed.
Hell no. My mom, when I got her armed, she was armed. My dad, he had a play toy.
I play. Oh my God! About to get his ass.
He was just chilling. I still love my dad.
That's funny to hear though.
Yeah.
If somebody want to get into that though, because that's not your main thing. That and talk about why you got it. Because we talked about this off camera, but you don't do it no more. I thought it was so raw. You know what I'm saying? I'm like this motherfucker out here. Yeah, it was. Bro, talk about why you want to get out of it, because it's like, why would you do it? You know, you had a car, like all that shit.
Yeah. Well, like I said off camera, same thing. What is a false purpose? To me, it felt like a false purpose was anything that felt like a purpose, but you was doing it for money. And I was getting money coming in, but at the same time, I needed more than that. And again, I got older and I got wiser, and so I don't want to jump over the fences and chase people no more. I'm older. I don't want to do none of that shit. It was fun back then.
My dog was apprehending motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, it was fun back then. I don't regret it, but
that shit hurt a little different though now that you're a little older, bro.
Yeah. And then we had this situation where we just checking IDs, and this dude wanted to fight because he didn't want his ID checked or whatever, and threatened me with violence and all this shit here. I'm like, bro, so you tell me I might lose my life when everybody in here get their ID checked?
Everybody got their ID checked.
Like coming in, and that's what you want to do.
Yeah, like I'm profiling you or some shit.
Exactly. Which I definitely was. He was black, I was black. He was bald, I was bald.
I checked all. He was bald, I was bald, bro. And not to mention, I checked everybody else fucking ID before you, nigga. Why would I skip you? That's some honestly that send a red flag to me. Like, nigga, why you want me to check your ID? What's wrong with you?
Definitely was.
Yeah, I bet. But yeah, bro. So when we talk about false purposes, because I want to get into that too. Like I told you, like to me, mine was like the fire department, and it was okay. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't feel like it was me or my purpose. It was a cool job. Don't get me the fuck wrong. It was a cool ass fucking job. You know what I'm saying? But when, like I told you, when I started doing this, when I originally started doing this in like 2018, 2019 type shit, I always enjoyed doing it, and everybody that I did it with, pause. But everybody I had the car conversations. Even when I got into the hands houses, everybody was like, "Bro, this is such a vibe. This is a good time, bro. I enjoyed myself." So it almost felt like, again, I'm not getting no money for this, not yet. At least that's the goal. But it feels like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm doing it because I love it. Right. So it ain't no false purpose. That's fire. Definition of a false purpose is what now?
The definition of a false purpose is something that you're doing. It feels like that purpose because you're getting all that money. Yeah. But it's not, because if you take the money away, then it feel like you're not. You just empty.
Yeah. You just doing that shit for the money. You hate your job, but it's, bro. I don't
like. Let's say you love it, but you love the money more than the job.
The job itself, yeah. So if they took the okay,
now, if you hate it, you need to go.
Yeah, I got you, because. I'll be honest, we ain't in the business. Our generation and the generation, we ain't in the business of staying at a job we hate. If we don't like that job, we gonna, hey man, I'll find me another job. Fuck that job. Our parents and our grandparents, they gonna stay on them jobs they hated for 50 years, right. For 25, 30 years and shit.
Oh no, I'm not.
Oh no, I ain't doing that. So with the security, right? If anybody want to get into that, just give them a little encouragement. Give them a little advice.
If you want to get into security, my best advice is to start unarmed, because unarmed, your insurance not gonna be as high. I wish I would have started unarmed first.
Wait, nigga, you have to pay for you had to pay for insurance to be a security
Own your own security business. Oh, you talking about officer or business?
Shit, let's get into.
I was talking
do business. Let's go business because you big draws.
yeah. I mean, I'm only gonna speak on
facts. Let's get it. Business. Let's get it. Yeah.
Business wise, yeah, definitely start unarmed first.
Okay.
And again, with everything, you want to start with a niche. So in that niche, a niche means something you're gonna specialize in.
Yeah. So strip
back
clubs.
then, I was doing everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game rooms, nightclubs, motherfucking events,
but you can't charge the money you want to charge like that.
Yeah, you can charge whatever you want.
But what's the difference? Why you want to niche down then?
To niche down? Oh, niche down, you can make more money faster.
Yeah. And
people, because let's say, because Allied University, you can't compete with Allied University.
Right.
They're fucking
yeah.
So you find something their weekend. Let's say a guard fell asleep at a hotel. Mm. Then you get that hotel, and then you show people that you're good at doing that hotel. Now other hotels want you.
Yeah.
So now you can just focus on that one thing: hotel. Then you post that on Google, and all they take pictures, social proof, blah blah blah.
That's what you said.
That's what you're gonna be known for.
Yeah.
But see, I was doing everything, so that was a mistake.
Yeah, that's fire. That's actually, and that goes for like videography, photography. What I do too, like, you know what I'm saying. My issue is and was that I was doing everything. Music videos are my niche, I guess. But like I'm good at everything, so it's like it's kind of, but it's yeah. Anyway, but yes, that does apply to pretty much everything. So when we talk about past the security, right? And I guess this is fairly new because when did you get the idea for the Scoop Me?
Yeah, Scoop Me, request ride and delivery. How I began it was already there. Because as soon as you download the Uber app, the Lyft app, whatever gig economy app that you gonna download and do, you're an independent contractor anyway.
Right.
You technically own a business, but you're using in your own name.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
I don't know. Honestly, I was happy, but every now and then they give you a trip like, I know probably worth like $30, and then they give you like 10. I'm like
10 of the 30.
Going like 30 miles. Yeah. I'm like, hold up now.
Yeah, something ain't
right.
Kind of
some bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, something ain't right.
So I don't know. It just kind of gradually came along, and people kind of asked me for my number or whatever. So
the more you did it, right?
Yeah. And so I decided, okay, I'm gonna apply the knowledge that I had at my security company that I would have wished I would have done in the beginning.
Right.
And I'm gonna do all that now as fast as I can.
And that was something you said off camera, was finding something that Uber and Lyft didn't do well.
People to work.
Yeah. So that's what you said. That's what it was. Getting people to work.
Yeah.
So that's why that's your niche. Okay.
So basically, I got that niche because I was doing everything. You can do everything in the beginning just to figure out where shit at.
Yeah,
Your first client, that's where you want to base what your business gonna be about. That first client, okay, where she from? Downtown. So maybe I should promote downtown a little bit. She work at this building, and they gonna talk while they in that building.
Right.
Then you get another client. Okay, these people, they really need somebody to get to work.
Yeah.
So then that's what you promote. Specialize in getting people to work and back. And now that it took me months to figure out how much they charge a month. Like if you go to work every day, like round trips now, to work back home, you paying Uber at least $500. Paying Lyft like $423.
Yeah, and it could be that, especially if it's a hot ooh, yeah, they gonna knock your motherfucking head off. The surge hours.
I don't surge.
Yeah, that's fire. You keep your base rates.
Yeah.
And, okay, that's fire as fuck, bro. So I want to backtrack a little bit because I see you drove Uber. You said you drove Uber and Lyft, right, bro? I did.
That was kind of on and off.
On and off.
Yeah, cool.
That was me too. So, but I'm pretty sure you got a decent amount of rides, right? Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, dog. I had some very good experiences driving, because that was my thing too. When I stopped working at UPS, I had a little in between time, and I was driving Uber and Lyft and shit like that to get. And I met some cool ass people. I met some cool people, but I also met some fucking weirdos. right? Yeah, never met no weirdos in the Uber and Lyft world.
Weird as in drunk as fuck.
I
wouldn't say weird like sectional.
Yeah. Nah. I ain't never met.
Shit.
Nah, it was this one chick though. It's a crazy story. I actually told this story, but she was just weird, bro. She was like acting like she was a goddamn, like she was like a medium or some shit. Like she was, yeah, it was weird.
Oh, like psychic.
Like yeah, like
I had someone like that before.
Was it real though, or was it weird?
It was weird. That was weird.
See.
She was very nice. She wanted to hug me. Then she all of a sudden she admitted that she used to have threesomes and orgies.
Bro,
I'm like, okay, what the fuck you telling me this for?
Dog.
And her boyfriend was right there in the back seat. I'm like, hey, like what the fuck this gonna turn into?
Hey, this you now? Hey, bro, and that's the thing when you driving these people around, dog. Like they would tell you just. I guess they never gonna see you again, so they just opening up their whole lives to you, dog. That shit was so crazy. Yeah, me and my husband just divorced, and all this and all that, and and I'm like, God damn, okay, lady, like, okay, all right, like, and you just listening, bro. Yeah, I didn't have smoke with some, bro. Smoke with some people from like I don't drive Uber no more. Probably never will again. So fuck y'all Uber. But yeah, like I done smoked with some of the passengers. It was dope as hell. I think I almost got kidnapped one time.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna tell you this, right?
Right.
So the strangest group of individuals I had to give a ride one day. It was from River City, obviously north side over there. So go to pick. It's a Russian dude and like a Japanese or Chinese. I don't know what it was, Japanese or Chinese. Okay. But it was and like the Russian dude was real. Like he had that hard, that hard accent that you see on movies and shit. Right, yeah, nice. Like a bad guy voice. He had that hard. Yeah, he had a bad guy voice, right? And it was just like the Asian guy was just so chill. Like I was like, bro, this is the fuck. I got the goddamn triads and the you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck is these motherfuckers, right? So we pull over. Don't ask me why I did it, but I don't know whether they had to slip something in that motherfucker. They didn't, obviously. I'm still here to tell about the story today. Right. But he rolled up back there, and I saw him rolling up, so we smoked. Hitting. That shit was hitting. I was like, God damn. I swear to God, that shit was hitting, boy. I don't know what the fuck. But that shit was hitting. But so he talking to me or whatever. I dropped him off or whatever. He like, hey, I'm a get your number. I want you to drive us to Orlando tomorrow, and I'll pay you this amount of money or whatever. Right? And at that, I was like, I had a text now number, just in case some shit like that, like a customer or something like that. I had a text now number that I would give them just in case. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have my motherfucking number. So gave him the text now number. He really wanted me to come, and I ain't go. I ain't go because I was scared. I was like, I don't know these motherfuckers, bro. I'm cool, bro. But if I get down there and them boys jack my shit and pause, and they, but they shook it. They take my car. They take out. I mean, I ain't got shit. Them boys, and he gave me a fat ass it was like in ones, like $25 in ones. Nice. As a you know what I'm saying. So that I was like, damn, boy, I just might, but I was scared, so I didn't do it. You ever ran into any situations like that? Some just like shady individuals. Like I'm pretty sure I've dropped niggas off the drug deals too. Right. Oh, you know that. Pretty fucking sure.
You know that.
Yeah, but, absolutely.
In terms of sketchy, like I'm very calm as well. The way my father taught me was this: as long as you don't fuck with nobody, I don't give a fuck if he's a drug dealer or whatever, a murderer. 9 times out of 10, he's not gonna fuck with me. Yeah. Okay, so. The scariest dude I probably had, he had a ski mask on. He sat behind me, and I ain't give a fuck. I was like, all right, let's go.
He had the
I drove, yeah. Had on the ninja mask, and I was like, okay, drive this
ninja mask, nigga.
Drive this nigga where he want to go.
Yeah.
We did that, and then dropped him back off, and that was it. Like I ain't got shit.
That's fact, but I'm saying, am I dropping this nigga off to a drill?
Exactly. I guess so.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah. I had definitely dealt with some shady characters, but I can't say it was always mostly good energy and shit like that. Okay, so you got into the scoop me, bro. Just like, cause I don't get it, bro. Motherfucker, you go from doing Uber and Lyft, which is decent. I mean, you don't get tips on Uber, do you?
Oh, you get tips on everything.
Man, hell nah. But when I was driving Uber in like 2015, 2016, 2017.
Oh, see, that times change, bro.
Okay. Lyft,
you can make a living off this shit now.
Lyft was the only one doing tips. Uber was, man, you drive somebody they was paying you $3 for a ride, $4, bro.
Yeah, it ain't that bad no more. Yeah, you get tipped now.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So you go from doing that to having your own shit, bro. Like talk about the feeling about that, cause it's like, bro, I see this a theme with you, bro. You go from doing your own security thing to now you doing you learned the game and now you doing your own shit with the driving thing. So talk about like just what went into that.
What went into that? Like I said, sometimes an order comes in, it's like, let's say an unreasonable number, like $30. 30 miles for like 15 or something like that.
$15.
That's a $30 job or more.
It's just
and it kind of make you want to cut them out.
Yeah,
you know
because they be they do, bro.
They hustling off of you.
Yes.
If you can, even if you doing it now, if I was y'all, even with DoorDash should be. I actually started out with DoorDash, by the way. Dog.
Yeah. I did DoorDash too.
Yeah.
I did. Hey, dog. One thing about DoorDash, nigga. I ordered some what you call that? Wingstop, right? Ordered some Wingstop. Right. I know the lemon pepper. Nah, I like they hot honey. But so shout out to Wingstop sponsor. But I ordered some and delivery was like $46, right? I went to pick up that bitch at $27. I said, I'm going to pick this shit up. Hustling like a motherfucker. Okay. So you telling me it's a $20 difference from me going to pick my shit up a few miles than to me going and let them deliver it to me? Yeah. That's the shit. You pocketing that shit. If you
might as well.
You know what I'm saying? You pocket like what you doing? You basically pocketing all that money. That's fire.
Yeah,
it ain't no.
They should be paying us anyway.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And they definitely can with all those fees and all that stuff like that.
They are swimming in money, brother. They are swimming, bro. They have $1 million policies out there for all drivers. Come on, bro. You know how many people drive Uber? Oh my god. $1 million policy automatically if you drive an Uber with somebody in your car. I know because I'm going through. Anyway, yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. So yeah. But any like, cause I really feel like you doing this is gonna change the game a little bit. Just like I feel like you kind of groundbreaking with the, I ain't seen nobody else doing that. The Turo was kind of fire. Because you get but it's still you leasing through an app, right? Yeah. So you not getting all your money for real, right? This gonna change the game, bro. Is there anything that you did take from learn the game from Lyft and Uber, like to where you incorporated it with your business?
They're the competitor. They're the larger competitors.
That's a fact.
I gotta observe them and see their marketing strategies. They're way bigger than me.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But it's some things, because they're big, it's some things that they offer in some markets that they haven't offered in Jacksonville yet. Right. And so when I see that, then I can take that from them. And if I'm the first one in the market, then I'm the first one that's gonna get the credit. Yeah. So like Lyft, they got a $2.99 everyday thing, unlimited. Right. It's not in this market as I know of. So I applied they $2.99 and give people unlimited work rides. And it's unlimited defined with 30 to 40. It gotta have some limitations.
Some parameters, because niggas will run that shit.
Hey, I be all out Orlando.
Who you telling? Yeah.
But yeah, so you basically observe them, see their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like they good. You can call them. Like if you need to go to elevation real quick, call them. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
But if you need to go somewhere consistently every day,
Yeah,
with the same driver that you know not crazy as hell,
yeah,
then you know I'm your guy.
that's fire, bro. Cause you really like, okay, boom, I'm doing work rides because like my homegirl Donnie has an issue with that. Like we open at 5:30 on our early days at my job, and they have to be there at 5. So it's a lot of times it's hard for her to find Ubers and Lyfts because it ain't that many people out there driving that early. Right. And if they do it, they maybe 20 or it might be a like a surge or something like that. Yeah, like they might
the surge.
Yeah, they might. So that's the issue with that. I'm gonna put my boy. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna make that connection right there because I'm like, okay, yeah. But that is an issue. So I think that's why that's dope as hell that you out here like, okay, boom. Niggas don't think like that. I don't even like you put me on game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing this shit and like while I do study podcasts, I don't study podcasts in the way where I'm like, okay, let me see what this person doing. Let me see what this person doing and do something. I guess I am. I'm not trying to do the same thing they doing. I'm trying to have my own lane, but I didn't think about it in that way that you was saying it. Like, I guess I am low key doing it, but
you are.
Yeah. I guess it is a little tad bit different. We just on this bitch kicking it.
Yeah,
that's the main thing for this shit. We just on this bitch kicking it, bro. Right. So let's get back to the drive and shit, bro. What, bro? So any like advice for anybody? Because I know like this is your thing, okay? So I know if I see anybody pop up in Jacksonville with their own ride share service, nigga, you biting. Nigga, you biting. I mean, I'm just saying because I ain't seen this shit at all. So any kind words or anything like that, or any motivation, anything for people who want to get into the ride sharing shit, because that is it's wild.
Actually, some advice that I learned is just recently.
What's that?
And this is from a friend. I'm not gonna say his name. He's a very private person.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say his
name.
But he knows. If he see this, he'll know.
Shout out whoever he is.
But he said you need to listen more than you speak. And so as a driver, your goal is to get the client to talk. And it's kind of like a reliever. They coming from work, right?
Right.
They want to talk to people.
Yeah. Sometimes they need to get shit off.
You don't want to over talk them. You want them to talk to you and let them drive the conversation.
Right.
And that's why I got the earpiece too. So, everything's kind of peaceful and quiet outside. Just a little, turn the music up at around about 5. And, they'll start that's when they talk.
Look at him. He got the number. Yeah. Turn the music at 5.
And when they talk to you, they reveal what they need.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of got I need a ride to work. I'm like, hey, I can take you to work. Then they tell you, oh man, the bus, even JTA.
Yes.
JTA, I take the bus every day. It's unreliable. Yes. So now I know that I'm only competing against JTA, really.
Right.
And my larger competitors are prices. So really, you want to be in the middle. So you can make your price, but make it convenient.
Right.
And sometimes
can't knock motherfucker head off.
Yeah. don't knock her head off, but you gotta the price gotta be your respect.
Yeah. Type shit.
Yeah, so don't do it for too low. Just be in the middle.
Cause it's maintenance still, bro, and that's the one thing. That's the one thing about Uber, bro, that I didn't like in Lyft. Like you're not really getting paid a lot, so like you gotta be out there all day, and then the maintenance, you gotta maintain your car. Like oil change is more frequent. The tires, you're going through tires like a motherfucker. Just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, is it? I guess now that you getting and you cutting them boys out, it's probably gonna be a lot easier for you to get into that.
It's about the same.
About the same.
About the same.
Oh, see, that's
just better because it's my shit.
I don't know, bro. I just that's one thing I just couldn't do. I couldn't do the maintenance and all that shit all the time. Like, damn, I always need a fucking oil change. I always need gas. I always need this, bro. I hated that, but I did enjoy when I was doing it.
Right.
All right, man. We gonna get into some other shit. So I know that Joe. Yeah. If y'all don't know, man, Joe, if y'all don't follow Joe or y'all not Joe friend on Facebook, bro, oh my God, like y'all missing something, because this man be really having me rolling on that motherfucker. He really trolling. He say he be trolling, but this motherfucker is funny, bro. I don't know what, bro. He just be talking shit, shit talker, right? So one thing that I see that you have going on is you on dates with 2 women and shit like that. I see in the comments different little things in your comments. I'm like, man, Joe out here wilding, like, and it's like you like shit. All my bitches know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. So talk about like what made you even get into that? Like, is it something that pushed you into like the poly world to where you just, you know what I'm saying?
To me, then we're gonna have to talk about some red pill content.
That's fine. I mean, okay, whatever you wanna.
Well, honestly, to me, I think polyamory, as long as everybody know it's ethical, so ethical polyamory, I believe that. You know, it's pretty much y'all already doing it. Y'all just cheating and shit.
Yeah, type shit.
Instead of doing that, just let everybody know, give it a choice, and of course, you gotta have your shit together in order to do that kind of shit.
That's a fact. You gotta have some bread on deck.
Exactly. So, I just be honest. They asked me on that date, like, what is this? I'm like, it's a date, and she said, why? Because I was bored as fuck. I'm literally that bored. I had to come up with a plan to get 2 women on a date. So that's what I did.
And did they enjoy themselves?
Yeah, they enjoyed themselves. They ain't had to pay for nothing.
That's a fact. Bitch, you better enjoy yourself. Bitch, you ain't got to pay for this food. That's a fact.
They took pictures with me and all that.
And you a conversationalist, so I already know. You know, you was. You know, you kept it player.
We was talking.
Kept it player. That's the one thing. I know you kept it player like a mother. Yeah. So what's like? I know you said, you know, everybody doing it, but is that what like really just pushed you into it? You ain't have no like relationship horror stories that really just like I ain't gonna say you gotta tell about, but you ain't have no like something that happened to you that pushed you into it, or were you always this type of person?
I was always kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just starting to perfect it and accept it as who I am.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
we all had bad relationships or whatever.
Absolutely.
Definitely ain't gonna speak on that.
Yeah, hell no.
But at the end of the day, you know, to me, it just feel like a more pragmatic approach or realistic. If you're gonna try to use me, I might as well get about 2 or 3 of you anyway.
Yeah.
Do what I'm gonna
do what you're gonna do. Yeah, and especially if you know you're getting used.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just my perspective. I'm not speaking for all men and all that shit there. But to me, it's just a more pragmatic approach. It keeps your options open.
Yeah, facts.
You know,
and you ain't going to bed with a bad conscience and shit like that, and trying to like tiptoe on marble floors and walk on eggshells and shit. You just doing what you doing.
Oh yeah, everybody free to leave, especially me.
Yeah. Bitch, I don't need you. Yeah, I got my own money, and that's one of the things too. So would you be open to have more than one wife? Yeah, see, that's
see my views on marriage. I don't care how many it is. Definitely not. Not for me.
Yeah, bro.
That's not for everybody.
That's because it's tough enough to deal with one woman and like. To deal with 3 and then have to provide all if you buy one thing, you got to buy all of them. Yeah, that thing.
See, that's the way it's supposed to be done. Like even in other cultures, like each wife has a room. Right. So if you can't afford that, then no.
Yeah,
this is just fun. I'm just doing it for fun.
Yeah, for sure. And this is something you just doing because you in the dating pool. Shit, you might as well. Hell,
I got bored.
Yeah, he somebody got bored. What you got bored? You got bored with one woman.
Yeah, they ask you the same question. How much you? Well, they ask it indirectly. What you do for work? What's this? What's that?
How much? Yeah. Basically, trying to pocket watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, you be tricking? You call it tricking? What you call it?
You call it that. I spend money. You hear me?
He said,
you call it providing, baby.
My boy be tricking out there, but it ain't. They say it ain't tricking if you got it, Joe.
I kind of I'm in the middle of having it and not having
it. But you having.
I'm smart with my money, man.
Yeah. Hey, and that's all that matter. Like, nigga, if you ain't you got kids. Oh shit! All right, we not.
I don't know.
Yeah. What?
I don't fucking know.
What? All right.
But to be honest, like I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I really don't.
All right. So
We'll see.
my boy been. Oh my god. Okay. my boy been shooting the club up. Yeah. Yeah, but see, damn, you fuck my goddamn train of thought about that shit. I forgot why I was asking that, but fuck, goddamn. But anyway, like, so how do the when you normally tell the women or whatever, how do they normally react with that shit? Because I can imagine, like, I just think about the women that I've dealt with, and they just. I don't see nobody just motherfucker. What you mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's where the social skills come in at that point. Basically, how I do it or how I learned to do it, it started off with the first two. I did this 3 times, by the way. This is the first time I had receipts.
Yeah.
So the first time I was gonna take this bad bitch out, and she was a stripper.
All right.
She said, "I ain't finna go out unless I can bring my friend." I said, "Hell no." So then I start thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I can get 2 bitches? Like, what? So I said, okay, let's bet. And we went to the food truck on by Lim Turner, the food truck area. I wish I had this. It's like where a bunch of food trucks park at. It's like a specific location on Lim Turner.
Hey, I'm on the west side, Joe.
Oh, damn.
This a whole nother.
Somebody else might know.
Yeah, they'll probably know out there.
And they was both eating or whatever. I got them some food, and it was cheap.
Yeah,
it was
food trucks for sure. Yeah. That's
then,
good on your pockets right there.
Yeah, we was just talking. They don't really have much personality, to be honest.
So hold on. When we talk about they, okay, who were you talking about? You talking about
the first two?
Okay, the first two. Okay,
the first two. No, they was actually we'll get them. Okay. But the first two, that was just practice, and I noticed, I'm like, shit, they actually more respectable when they together anyway.
Yeah.
And then then what I really noticed is after they was done eating, they both was synchronized, and they both said thank you at the same time. I'm like, and them two was besties.
Yeah.
So that's when I did the first two. Then a month later, I did the 2 white girls. They on there too, but I ain't get to take pictures.
Okay.
But Juliana and I can't remember the other girl name.
Right.
She gonna probably be mad if she see this. I can't remember.
Hey man, she'll be alright. Shout out Juliana, baby.
She's from Brazil.
Okay.
Oh, and Caitlin.
Oh, shit.
Juliana and Caitlin.
Okay.
Thank you, God. Let's see. Right? And and the white girls, they ain't really asked for much. They already had it. So
yeah,
we went to Birdie's in 5 Points.
Yeah, Riverside.
And that was nice. And then that's when we can get to these two. So now I got all this knowledge of how to date multiple women, and the first thing you need to do, you need to find women that are best friends. You gotta find them in twos, and you find the one, hopefully, preferably, you find one that's attracted to you. All you need is one, and she's the most dominant in the group.
Right.
And the women will fall in line. If she find you attractive, like I said, they group.
Like a bottom bitch.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Hey, I ain't finna say that.
No, but I'm saying
the main one.
Yeah, the main like you got your group and you got the team captain. You know, if you got the hierarchy, she the team captain. I got you.
So when you get that one, then that one be more likely to go out with you if you invite both of them.
Yeah, type shit. Yeah, girl, I got you. Yeah, type shit. Okay, this man that sat up here and gave a whole seminar about it. I'm telling you, y'all better take
for
notes.
Free.
I said for free. That's a fact, man. Y'all better pay attention to a player when he talking. Y'all better stop playing to my ear. Nah, my boy Joe say he be tricking, but it ain't tricky if you got it. Hey, so what else kind of bullshit you want to get into, man? You got anything on your mind? Anything you want to tell the people?
Anything, any type of bullshit.
Any type of bullshit. What you want to get into before? Because the flow is open now. So if it ain't no bullshit, we gonna wrap this motherfucker up. But any bullshit you want to get into before? Cause I mean, it ain't really been much that's been going on. I mean, goddamn, we know all this Trump bullshit. Really don't care. This DI inclusion shit. I mean, whatever. Go ahead.
See, when it comes to politics, I don't try to get into it.
I don't really get into that shit either.
Because everybody got strong feelings, and the way I see it, this is how I really feel. This how I'm going. This all I'm going to say about politics.
Talk to me.
Democrats or Republicans. See, I'm about to get in trouble.
Yeah,
they're all the same thing to me. Like they all, to me, I see the United States as like an imperialistic, organization.
Yeah.
So it don't really matter how you vote. I can't change the geopolitical situation overall because they're still an American president, and I understand it. I'm like, shit, you in America, you got your family over here,
right?
It is what it is, but even when it comes to shit that's moral, I think wider than that.
Yeah.
Like what's going on in Gaza, what's going on in Africa.
Right.
They're still going to explore Africa nation. It doesn't matter how dark skinned the president is. It is what it is.
It don't matter.
He's there for a reason. And I think Obama actually talked about it. He said it was some things he wanted to change, but he was like, had to uphold this unjust system. He said, I remember him saying something like that. And now I understand what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to me, I'm just in America to make money, and once I make enough, I'm out. You feel me?
Yeah, bro. And when you say that, that is so true because that's what I be telling people, man. I had this guy after Trump won the election, right? This is guy at my job that used to come in to donate. And, he's like white guy, right. Trump fan, Trump fan stand whatever, and he's like. Trump. He was like, Trump won, like basically trying to rub it in my face, like, and I was like, bruh, I don't really fucking care, bruh. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I shut him up after he ain't say shit after this. I was like, honestly, this shit ain't gonna affect us either way. Either way, we got to do what the fuck they say. Either way,
or leave.
Whatever happens in this motherfucker, we ain't gonna be able to change it. Whoever, regardless who president, it don't matter. So they don't give a fuck about us. So right. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. He ain't say shit after that. Like, bro, this shit don't matter. So I'm with you. I'm in this motherfucker. I ain't even thinking about politics. How the world gonna change? If it change, I can't do nothing about it.
Right.
We gonna adapt. We got to.
We gotta adapt.
You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta weave our way through. And like you said, motherfucker, I'm in this bitch to make money, dog. I'm in this
make money.
Yeah. What you
make
about
money,
to
build passive income, and leave and come back when I want.
Why I feel like you was about to say make money, fuck bitches.
Oh, you can do that. You can definitely do that.
But that's the when as you get older, Joe, that's the lowest thing on the totem pole. I mean, for somebody who has ambition, I'll say like, okay, you obviously everything we do, is women involved because the money, with money comes women and all that shit. But fuck all that shit. I feel like I done did all that shit early in my life. Now I'm trying to fighting from behind. Why I should have been doing all this early and then chilling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I wish I would have done this in fucking middle school. I wish I would have literally dropped out of middle school, started a business.
Yeah, bro. And they made it seem like school. So do you feel like school is important?
It's still important. It's just that I wish, we still had teachers that taught us about the real world while we was there. They were still throwing little nuggets. Yeah. I think that it works.
That some of us caught on to. Well, some of us didn't.
If they didn't, they gonna catch on to it.
That's a fact.
It's a matter of when.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still good. You still need it. You still need to be socialized or whatever.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's just I call it a necessary evil.
Yeah, but like you said, it's just kind of frustrating because it's like you see how it's getting you ready. It's like a prison system, like you said, like
getting you ready to work for the rest of your life,
for the rest of your fucking life,
and consume.
Yes,
not making. They don't teach you how to make money unless you join Avid.
Yeah, exactly.
They only got limited spaces.
Yeah. Do they still do Avid?
That's a good question.
Right. So much shit didn't change. I do too, bro, because I love that. I love that shit. That shit was different, bro.
It was like a regular class.
You said it was like a regular class?
It was just like a regular class.
Man, but it was like, because it was like a small group of us. Like,
it was close knit.
Yeah, so we was in that bitch and we was actually, you know, there was actually, we was thinking about college. They had us in there right.
Yeah,
college.
they had.
That's why I loved it, bro, because it was close knit and it was pretty much all. Well, it was all smart people in the fucking class. That's what it was. It was pretty much the best students in our you know what I'm saying. So that's why I like that shit. Yeah, bro. I mean, school is okay, like I said, but you know, it's a necessary evil, I guess.
They need to have like a business class or something, like
entrepreneur
classes. They had programs. I'm not gonna distract away from that, but some places really don't have it.
This is what I can say about Jackson. Did you have the Keystone class in Jackson?
I can't remember. Probably not.
I had Keystone my freshman year, and I remember learning how to write a check in Keystone. They taught us a little bit about money.
I had programs like that in middle school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never had that in Jackson.
Yeah, I had that class at Jackson for like two 9 weeks a semester. So you know that was But
they taught us how to get credit and shit like that.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
I feel like you would.
It was there.
I feel like you was in that class with me.
I
feel like you was in that class with me, Joe. But I can't remember.
Keystone.
Keystone. It was. I can't remember the lady that taught the class.
Yeah, we was doing checks and shit.
I feel like you was in that class with me, dog. But I can't really remember off the top. I don't even remember who was in that class with me for real. Like
I can guess. I know who the smart people are.
No, but it was like a regular elective.
Yeah,
it was like a regular elective. So it was like just people, like not the avid people and not the like advanced classes that we was in with like the AP classes, but it was just regular people.
Yeah.
So yeah, the intensive mathers, the intensive reading,
Mr. Bowie.
Oh,
what? I love Mr. Bowie.
I love Mr. Bowie too. Mr. Bowie,
Mr. McDonald's, Mr. Scott,
Collado. I fuck with he was weird, but I fuck with Collado.
Collado was the most right out of all of them.
Yeah.
He definitely. I remember everything he used to try to say.
Mm-hmm.
I like that nigga. Was right.
He was a hippie at hell. Like I fuck with Collado. Collado look like he do acid on the weekends. He look like he take mushrooms on the weekends and smoke weed and shit.
Do.
I swear to God, he's that little. I swear to God. I swear, bro. When you get older, you just thinking about the adults that you ran into, and you like, yeah, that nigga smoked weed for real.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Collado definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you got a medical marijuana card too.
Who Collado?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The first one to have it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dog. Who's your favorite teacher at Jackson?
My favorite teacher, I have to say Mr. Scott.
Either
Mr. Scott or Mr. McDonald's.
Dog, I fuck with Scott so heavy, bro. I fuck with Mr. Scott so heavy. He was one of the ones though. I was gonna tell you about real life and shit. Yeah. He was one of the ones. Yeah. And I just like how he used to talk. It was so funny to me. I would like, like,
he wasn't playing.
Yeah. That nigga, he would stand on the desk and shit to look to see who was anybody cheating. Look at that.
Exactly. I remember.
Yeah, I fuck with Mr. Scott. All right, y'all boys. Hey man, Joe. So we done talked about a lot, bro. Like to me, this is one of the more interesting ones because I feel like I can relate to you a lot because, you know, we started one thing and now we ventured into another thing, right? So tell them, get out of all the shit we done talked about, they gonna remember mostly the last thing that you say. Most people only remember the last thing you say, all right? So if all that other shit aside, give the people one thing to go home with. All
right, one thing to go home with is, you know, once you get tired of working that 9 to 5, you might as well start a business while you're at that 9 to 5. Yeah. It's easier to start a business while you're already working. Because if you're working from the ground up with no foundation, then you're going to be struggling.
Yeah.
The security company that I had, it took me like 6 months. Nope. I'll tell you that back. 4 months to get my first client. Now it took me like 30 days. Less than 15 days to get it. So be thankful if you got a business. Be thankful for what you got right now. And like I said, it's gonna be a lot of rejection, but at the same time, just keep on going.
Yes, sir.
And growing slowly, and it'll come to you.
Hey, my boy, I ain't gotta really say nothing after that. But what I got a story. Like when I first started to be a videographer or whatever. I was getting tired of working. I was listening to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, go start your own business, all that shit. And so I up and quit my job and thought I was just going, stupid ass nigga. Yeah, I was trying to start a business, just quit my job, and now like thinking back, I'm like, if I would have held that shit down for at least for a little while,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I would have been probably so much farther in business than what but I had to play catch up. So so if you gotta start your shit while you have a job, like bro, like it's so hard. How you gonna finance yourself? Motherfuckers ain't gonna give you no loans if you ain't got no. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some money coming in. Yeah, so
you need some money saved up.
Yeah,
because part of the things that when I first started, I was desperate to get my first client, and he was cheap. But if you already got money in your pocket,
you ain't gonna be hurting.
You're
for
not
money.
In scarcity.
Yeah.
So you see, so it's better now.
If you in scarcity, you gonna accept some bullshit.
Exactly, like a game room.
Yeah. All right, y'all boys. Hey man, Joe, I really do appreciate you for coming and sitting with me, bro. I really do, bro. I really enjoyed this shit, dog. All right, man. This Joe Breezy, man. This your boy Jay Hen. We coming live. Where we coming from?
The J Hen.
Joe, we coming from your motherfucking grandma couch, dog. We coming live from your motherfucking grandma couch, dog. This Jay Hen, Joe Breezy. Hey, we out.